Hey guys, this is Jonathan with GuardianSurvival. Today I'm going to be making a fire and showing you every step of the way to do it. And all I'm going to be using to actually start the flame is my ferro rod. This is the Strike Force fire starter. I love this thing. It even comes with a little compartment in the back to hold emergency tinder. I also have a separate container of a very nice emergency tinder, and I'll have a link to where you can find this in the description. Another thing I also carry to make it easier, if I don't have any emergency tinder, I always keep this thing very tightly shut so it doesn't get wet. It's char cloth. I'll be showing you how to make that in another video too. So put these off to the side. You might notice that I'm not actually in the middle of nowhere today. I'm actually in my driveway. The place where I do all my videos does not let me do anything with fire. I don't really want to push with what they let me do there, so I'll just get on with the video. The first thing you're going to want to do is make your tinder bundle. Tinder bundle is the most important part of the fire making process, and what I found here is a very, I'm going to get behind the camera here and show you. It is a very fibrous bark. This is very nice. Basically, you just want to clump it together and break it up as much as possible. This is from a different tree that I found this little batch from. I have a huge pile of wood over here to the side. I'm going to try them all, see which one works the best. Clearly, this first pile, which I did while the camera wasn't running actually, is the best. But you just want to find as much as possible. Even if it's not the nicest stuff, you can still use it in the tinder bundle, because the more surface area you have in the tinder bundle, the better it's going to work. And you want to get all this little stuff, all these little shavings is what makes the tinder bundle very flammable. I'm going to come up there. Here's how I do this. I have it, it's not very big yet, so basically I take all the little fibers and I rub them together. This basically strips them of everything else and makes them very stringy. You can see that there. That's going to catch an ember a lot better than this would. This is the initial product. This is not the best one. I found a lot better bark on a different tree. Here is some very nice bark here. And this is what most of this consists of. I believe this is Tula poplar. It's very nice. It's also very good at making cordage with, and I'll show that in another video too. Just start breaking down the bark. Starts getting all stringy, but you can see it's still clumpy. And just keep on doing this. I dropped some over here when I showed you. Keep on doing this, it gets better and better. And eventually, you have a usable product. Alright guys, I've made my tinder bundle. It's not really as big as I'd like it to be. Normally I like it to be about softball size, but there is something that you can do to make it last longer. just another use of duct tape. What you can do with duct tape is you can actually, after you light your fire, I need to find the end here. What you can do is, after you light your tinder, just take off foot to foot and a half, rip it off. Nope. Rip it off, clump it into a ball, and just let it burn as an extender on top of your tinder bundle. So, something else I'd like to explain before I light this. I have two piles here. I hope you can see them both. And actually three, and a small log. The finest wood you can find, and hopefully very stringy like this, and with a lot of surface area, is your tinder. This is the easiest to light and starts your fire. This is the kindling. It's the second easiest to light, and goes from tiny, tiny, tiny sticks to about pencil-sized. And from pencil-sized to about thumb-sized is your fuel. And you light them in order of easiest to light. So you light your tinder bundle, then you put the kindling on top, and then you put fuel on top of that. And after you have fuel burning, you have a sustainable fire, which means you can walk away from it and do whatever you want. And go get more firewood, hopefully. Something I'd like to mention, that I've done all the wood prep with this knife. I'm not sure where you're going to be able to see it, but it is a fantastic knife. It is brand new, which is why it looks so new. It is a Spyderco knife. It is the Manix 2 lightweight version. And this knife is just great. I mean, it comes incredibly sharp. It is very easy to sharpen, and it has a very nice ball-bearing lock. This lock lets the pivot be extremely smooth and easy to deploy. I just love this knife. I've used this knife for all the fuel prep and kindling prep and fire prep that I've done here today. I'll be making a review of this knife later on too. So, on with the fire. Ideally, you would want to be able to get this tinder bundle to light with just one strike of the ferro rod. I don't have the best tinder bundle here, and I've been kind of hurrying it for the video, so let's hope this works as best as it can. And there we go. You can see it's smoking like that. That means I do not have the driest wood. And the wind is going right towards me too. Now, once you have this kind of fire going, this is where you can just throw on duct tape. I get the duct tape right in the center of the flame so it gets caught. Now, you can see that the flame is large enough that I can actually put on some of the larger fuel. One thing that I did forget to mention when starting the fire is that you notice that I have this log here, and I put my tinder bundle right next to it and started putting the kindling on top of the log over top of the kindling, over the top of the tinder bundle, so that way it would have good airflow on either side. And also, I start out the fire with this large piece of fuel here, getting dried out and starting to burn. You can see how big these pieces of fuel are getting. Remember, fuel was thumb-sized. This is getting very close to being a sustainable fire. Now that we have a sustainable fire, it is possible to make char cloth, and char cloth is used to start a fire and is also used to make your next fire. You can also see that I'm still not putting on purely large things. I'm still putting on small kindling type wood to keep the fire going because they catch very easily. While I'm also still putting on large pieces of fuel. Every once in a while, when your flame dies down, you want to get low to the ground and blow right on the coals, because that will add oxygen to the fire's environment and it will start it up. It'll be stronger that way. It'll also help you catch your material better. In addition to having good kindling, you can see how much the duct tape really helped. And this does not have to be name brand duct tape. Just has to be any old duct tape, because it's not the actual material that on the duct tape that actually burns. It is the adhesive on the bottom of the tape, and most of them use about the same kind of adhesive and they all burn very well. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something, and come join me next time.